My God, we're in Canberra! Fairlaine and LTD, well, you have to go back in time to understand what caused this difference to come about. See, in the early years of the LTD, the P5 and the P6 between 1973 and 1979, the car was on a different wheelbase and had completely different fittings and appointments.
Parliament House in front of us now is the seat of Federal Parliament in Australia and has been since it was constructed in 1988 to coincide with the bicentennial celebrations, or was completed in 1988 I should say. And the very interesting part about our trip there today is we're travelling in a 1981 ZJ Fairlaine, which was one of the most popular Commonwealth cars of the period in that house. And in fact, I would dare say that this is one of many thousands of Fairlanes that have travelled this exact road to that exact same destination. And this is something that is very unique to Canberra, because you can indeed walk in a politician's footsteps, or in this case, in their tyre treads. We're proceeding now down a very special street. We had the Treasury Department back there on the left. And on the left-hand side now we have the National Library of Australia, which in my opinion is the best looking building in the triangle outside of either of the two Parliament houses. It's actually just coming up on our right-hand side, and in front we have Black Mountain Tower, and on the right we have the National Library, and I have to admit that it's a building that inspires me every time I come near.
But after that, with the ZJ Fairlaine and the FC LTD, it was built on the wagon wheelbase, which meant that they actually were identical mechanically. The only difference between the LTD from 1979 onwards to the Fairlaine was grille, bonnet, tail lights.
Well, may we say, God save the Queen, because nothing will save the Governor-General.
This is the National Theatre. In every sense, you see high tragedy, drama, stupidity. The whole range of things are played out on the floor down there, and it is great theatre. And if you sit up here and listen to these fellows, you get to understand them.
This is going to be a big day. The events of the past few weeks have been extraordinary, even by the polemic standards of Australian political behaviour.
Duration here is 25 seconds. The outcue is within the government. Suggested lead. Federal Opposition Leader John Howard has foreshadowed a concerted attack on the government's handling of the economy when Parliament resumes tomorrow.
Occasionally headlights and interior appointments, so you might have had an optional electric driver's seat, optional leather, different sort of wood grain on the trim. But aside from that, they're actually the same car. But you know, on a serious side, I just think we're built with these little antennae that when they're triggered by someone's focus, turn and acknowledge that person, even if we don't know them. And it's no more apparent than watching drivers actually have a 90-degree head turn at you whilst they're going past, which is against the rules of everything you're taught to do as a driver.